Come on, internet. Good afternoon in Pure Valley, Calipat. I have Sylvia on the line with me. She's running for Calipat City Council. I know she's very active because I hear her name far as El Centro and in Pure Valley, and her name gets out there. And I just barely met her recently and reached out to her for this interview at the talk show. So it's a regular conversation with a conversation, I call it now. It's not talking points, and here she is. And by the
Hey
way, if you have
everyone.
any comments, you could put them on there and I'll put them on the system. And two, no negative comments because I will not put those on there. You guys already know me by now. And share. If you guys know her so much, share this, by the way. Make her famous, like is my slogan. Smile, make you famous. So make Sylvia famous today and go for it. Sylvia,
Thank you.
Sylvia.
Thank you. Hey Daniel, thank you for having me. And we are shaking it up today. See if we can get through with these earthquakes.
The internet just went. Here we go. Okay, go for it. It's just the internet just going crazy over here on my side.
Okay. Yeah, I lose
Go
the
for it.
signal a little bit too.
Yeah.
Who is Sylvia Chavez? Let's see. Let's go back to mom and dad. My mom I'm a Mexican American, third generation on my mom's side, and a first generation Mexican American on my dad's side. My dad came to Calipatria back in 1958. He came through the Bracero program. He got assigned Calipatria, him and 2,000 other men. They were out here living in the camps. He met my mom out here in Calipatria. Believe it, back then there was a movie theater out here. There was a little bit more activities going on out here. So mom and dad meet. My dad worked really hard. My dad had really strong work ethics. He, because of those work ethics, with time, he became a very successful labor contractor and a farmer out here on the North End. And those work ethics were instilled in myself and my siblings, my brothers and sisters. When I was 12 years old, while my classmates were trying out for the volleyball team or the basketball team and softball team, I was filing paperwork in the office. I was cleaning the office. That was my pastime, helping my dad run his office. When I was 13 years old, back then, we did daily payroll. It was done daily. We paid the farm workers on a daily basis. We were running 300 to 500 checks a day, and we were handwriting them. We were handwriting 300-400 checks a day, and we'd get them ready, and supervisors would call us, and we'd have to calculate FICA and everything else on there to get the checks and have them ready. So strong work ethics run in the family. You know, my dad really instilled that with my brothers and sisters. Another incident I remember clearly was I used to love to go out with my dad out in the fields and do his rounds, checking on the crews and make sure all the equipment was working. And I was 13 years old, and he was running some crews at night. They were packing tomato. It was tomato. And we got to one of the fields, and one of the machines was stopped. And my dad was talking to the supervisor, and apparently they were short a person, and they couldn't run the machine because they were short. One person kept from running the whole crew. And so they were going back and forth as far as what they were going to do. And I tell my dad, I'll get on the machine, I'll do it. And he was very, very persistent. No, and I said, Dad, if we don't run the machine, I go, all these individuals out here are going to lose their daily salary, their daily wages. I go, and on top of it, you're going to have a pretty upset farmer for not getting it done. So I convinced him. I convinced him to let me on the machine, and it was a night crew. It was 8 o'clock at night, and I packed tomatoes till 6 in the morning. And that experience changed my perspective of just watching everyone work out there, how hard the work is. But it also made me realize how important your education was, and it was something that I didn't want to do. So that actually did change my perspective of getting educated. It was the importance of working on my education. And let's see, well, moving on, there was an act in 1987, amnesty, if you remember that Amnesty Act in the late 80s. And
Yeah.
so the office, we were doing courtesy letters for all the individuals that qualified, all the farm workers that qualified. It was during that time that you found out who was working on their documents, on getting their micas. And so we did thousands of letters, Daniel, to help those individuals that qualified. And so I still hear a lot of individuals that know my dad and reach out to me and say, because of those letters, that they were able to get amnesty and are here in this country because of it. And I'm not kidding you. For about a year, we did letters. We were doing 30 to 100 letters a day. And so that was rewarding. It's good to run across people or across individuals that still are very grateful and appreciative of that. From there, I finished school out here in IBC. I double major. That was back in '87. Business major and marketing. And I had an opportunity to go to San Diego. There was a position available with, it was for the county of San Diego, the GAIN program, Greater Avenue for Independence. And they were in the pioneering stages of the program. And so I jumped on the opportunity, and that was in '87. And I went out there, and actually from that, they used that program. It was very successful, and they used that program to model it throughout the state of California. So I did that for a few years, and then there was an opportunity to cross over to the private sector, and I went over to work for State Farm. State Farm has a specialty unit. They cover you 50 miles into the border. And I went into that unit after a few years, and was able to, it was that unit was, it was a culture shock, because now you're dealing with the insurance companies in Mexico. And my responsibility there was, we worked very closely with the police departments, with the other insurance companies, investigating claims. If we located our cars in Mexico, we would apply a treaty to get our cars released and bring them back into the States. Also releasing the seizures at INS and Border Patrol. And so I did that for a while. And I was commuting back and forth while my dad's been gone. He passed on. But when my dad was getting dialysis, I was commuting back and forth to be at his side for a while, a day, 2 days a week. And so there was a time there that I had dual residency. But I'm back in Calipat. Been back here full time now for 7 years. And just decided to get involved in the community here. Community is dying out here. I mean, seeing it when I was growing up and what is available now, there's a big difference. And we just need to get more individuals engaged in the community. And that's been my biggest focus the last 5 years or so is just to get the community involved, especially the younger generations, to get them to be prideful Calipatrians again. Take pride
Now
in
that you
living.
said that, what is needed? What is needed in Calapat? I hear there's already a program out there, but what else is needed? Because you got the Brawley people showing up, you got the North and Night End people showing up to Calapat, and I know you guys are like considered like, I call it the center of the groceries. I mean, I heard that recently, and it's like you guys only have one store open there.
Hi, Daniel. We need everything out here. I mean, starting with, as I've been out there campaigning and talking to individuals too, just everyone has different needs depending on the age group. The elderly would love, it would be amazing to have a doctor's office out here again and a pharmacy. We don't even have that. To be able to, a lot of these individuals don't drive, to start with that, to have something locally. Our youth, we need programs for our youth outreach programs. Brawley has a Lion Center with programs that are run there in the summer and during the year. Basketball. We do have a, I can't say we have a, it's been nice having a basketball program for our kids out here right now, but it would be nice if the kids can take a 6-week course in karate or art or guitar lessons, or be able to use the swimming pool in the summer with the school, collaborate with the school and have a program in the summer and possibly year round. Everything is needed out here. It'd be nice to see some fast food restaurants come out here. So, I mean, those are the bigger ones. It'd be nice to see some more restaurants out here for sure.
Yeah, that's the number one thing I always ask my cousins, say, where's the restaurant? Where's the nearest restaurant to go to? Every time I get over there, when I'm up there going to the slabs, there's no restaurants. There's one Mexican restaurant every time you pass Calapat. There's on your left side, heading to Brawley. Is like
Archie's Place.
It's yeah. And I've been there with a few colleagues on my back about 4 or 5 years ago. We were there, and like that was a coolest.
I'm losing you there for a little bit.
We felt welcome. We felt at it. The internet's going crazy. Earthquake crazy. We're on an earthquake interview right now.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it. If you don't get a picture, it's because I ran out, okay? Because it was rumbling pretty good. We'll get through it. With a little bit of
and I want to
we'll get through it.
You got a supporter here saying, go Sylvia R. Chavez. Stephanie just said hi. Stephanie Silvala. So, your supporters out there in Calapat. Hey, there's. So.
Thank you. That's my beautiful daughter out in Las Vegas.
Okay. She's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's in Vegas.
But yeah, I mean, and how do you, now that I know you've been active for many years in the community, behind the scenes, that's all I heard about you years ago, but I never catched up to other communities because I was busy doing here in El Centro with the homeless and the veterans. But I'm pretty sure you were there the day the Marines were there in that Calapat High School. I'm pretty sure you were there because I was there as media. I was up in top of the bleachers. And that day, I'll never forget. I have it on YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel, Culture Leadership. And those Marines were awesome in Calapat. One time in a lifetime, they come to Imperial Valley, but it was in Calapat High School.
Exactly. It was amazing. And it was such an honor. It was such an honor to have him here. I mean, it was a talk for months, for Calapat to be able to host that. And I mean, thanks to, some local Marines in the area too, that were able to have it hosted here. But it's still being talked about, honestly. It was a beautiful event, and we were there. I went there as I was wearing a chamber hat that day because I do wear a lot of hats. And so I had my chamber hat on that day. I'm part of the chambers, Calipatria Chamber of Commerce, another club, newly activated. Chambers had been inactive for about 4 years now, and we just activated the club over a year ago now. And we were just trying to get some events going out here for the community to build up that trust and community to. Things are stagnated out here for a while, and so we were doing that. We put together the Christmas in the Dark event that was successful. It turned out incredible. We've got nothing but positive feedback on that event, and we were planning, Daniel, our first farmers market. I had 42 vendors booked for that event, prepaid. We already had our permits from the health department. We were ready to go. And it was something that we had talked about hosting. The goal was going to be to do these farmers markets on a monthly basis, but we were going to try doing them seasonally and work our way up to them. COVID hits. We just, we laid low and waited for the health department to tell us that we were going to have to cancel. So unfortunately, COVID didn't let us perform that or have that first farmers market, but it's in the works. Eventually hopefully we'll get past the COVID and we'll be able to get our farmers markets going.
Yeah, because you guys were all over the media. I got attention to that as well. I never forget it because I was like looking forward for that event. I was willing to stay at the motel in Calipat just to be there or with my cousins was my first thing. Because when I travel, I don't care if it's 30 minutes away. I'd rather stay in a place, do what I do best. And as a photographer, now that I have my camera, my drone, now I carry this. It's like don't leave home without it. I don't leave home without this one. And my new one's my drone now. And Darlene Baber just said from Westmoreland, because I know her very well. She says rocking and rolling over here in Westmoreland. So yes, Darlene Baber, we're feeling it all through the Pearl Valley right now. The earthquake.
Oh, Darlene. Hi, Darlene. Love that lady. I do with Darlene. I do the Hills to Mills. We go out and we're volunteers. And we go out. We have the North End, Raleigh, and I've been really pushing to get it out here in Calipat. And we go out and we deliver meals to the COVID families. Daily meals, 7 days a week, and you'll get your meals delivered until you test negative again. So that's a great program through the Vos Medical Center, and Darlene and I volunteer over on the North End.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much resource now. Back in the 80s, we didn't have those resources. Back in the 90s, almost 2000, when I was home in 2009, there wasn't resources like there is before now. It was that push to take a collaboration of community leaders together. Because in 2009, we didn't have that much resources for the homeless. And I remember telling my own council members, hey, we need resources for us people that are homeless. What can you provide us? What can you help us with? The only thing what helped me was behavioral health. I have colleagues that work in there. They were my help. It was just a conversation like I'm doing with you now. It was just that's what I needed, and I overcame it. But yeah, it just is like I know there's a lot of homeless in your area and the North End, all over the Pearl Valley, for example.
Right.
But they're more in the slabs. That's another topic. Yeah, I mean we can go on and about that if we want to in your side of town. I know you need investors in your side of town for stores, more motels, not just one. Come on. You guys.
We need everything out
Go
here.
ahead.
I mean, it's such an underserved community, Daniel. I also think that we need to get more grant writers out here. I mean, the money is out there. I just don't know if we're being assertive enough to get those grants. They're out there, and we have one grant writer who is our city manager, and he can't do it all. It's impossible. And so I think that is something that I would definitely like to work on, is to get more.
The reason I put this out there, if you could write a grant, this is like a size of a grant proposal.
Wow.
So this is an example for one grant. Yeah, this is for I call it a $10,000 grant to 5,000, depending on the RP. This is the size of it, the size of a book. And I tell people, if you could write, get ready to write, because it ain't easy to
Right.
write a grant. It sounds
Yeah.
easy, but like I told you, I'll be working on doing a grant class pretty soon on your side of town with some of your colleagues in there. I'm not gonna say names, but I'm gonna work on that, and hopefully end up after Halloween is my best time, because after Halloween I'm on break on doing interviews because I'm busy on election. So I'm looking forward for this
Definitely.
election. I'm looking for a good turnout for Pro Valley. So if you're not registered to vote, vote in Calipat. If you live in Calipat, vote over there.
Yes, vote. There's a link on my page too, so you can go directly to the elections here in Imperial County. I've been really pushing that too, especially with the younger generation, Daniel.
Yeah, I put your website just in case they have questions on Facebook. Your contact to contact you on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you.
Go ahead. Well, you're going to finish.
We were
You
talking
said
about
something about the youth.
grants. Yes, definitely. More grant writers. We need more grant writers out here. Give them an incentive to come out here and write grants, that would definitely help a lot. I think we could start seeing a lot of programs out there if we can get more grant writers.
Oh yeah, I want to teach a few nonprofits in your area, yourself, and a few others. I mean, it's no cost. Only thing I ask is if there's any sponsorships they want to help me in that area to make this grand class happen through all the north end. Sponsorships are welcome, because I am going to teach you guys almost 2 to 4 hours minimum. Depending on the class, it might be 2 hours, but I'm going to give you every nick and cranny information you need to know, because then grants are going to pop up between October and November, the new phase, and they're popping up, but it's every quarterly. So a lot of people understand that grants are every quarterly, and there is grants out there due to COVID. There's grants for individuals. You don't have to be a 501(c)(3). There's grants for artists. There's grants for you name it. It's just it's out there, but nobody knows about it. And I'm going to teach
Right.
you guys the
Yeah.
secrets.
That's going to be
The
awesome. I
secret.
can't wait. Yeah. The few classes we've gone to, they were grants that had to be matched, and we don't have the money. And so I'm looking forward to it, Daniel.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to teaching yourself and others in the north end. I'm going piggyback. If Darlene wants to be my sponsor, go ahead, Darlene, because you have a business, Darlene. So I could put Darlene out there as a sponsor. Ain't gonna be that much, but hey, it's gonna cover exposure, because I'm good at exposing businesses out there on my media sites. So that's also looking for sponsorship for this election, because I have so much food to run, and the election book, which I use, it's a big one. And these are everybody that's joining through the whole Imperial Valley. It's just a whole list of information that we get to get a hold of as media people, or the people that are running for office. That's how I got a hold of you, Sylvia. I mean,
I'm
as
on your
when I saw the
radar
list,
now,
I'm like,
huh?
yeah, I was like, yeah. But when I heard about you through source colleagues of mine, just they're just going on. I heard through colleagues of mine that you who you are, and I was like, oh yeah, I heard of her, but I never met her. But yeah, I mean, it just so much is going on in this election time. It's gonna be, I'm hoping for a big turnout. That's what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, those that are the old school that walk in, or those are the absentee ballots, because I'm looking forward for everybody, even from the north end. I want to hear numbers, big numbers coming in for the north end, not just the south end of Pure Valley. I
That's
want to hear
right.
from the north end that people are
Exactly.
voting in the north end.
Yeah. North End, you're going to get them. But what else, Daniel? I could tell you, yeah, I'm
Um,
pretty active out here. I have been. I've been pretty active, especially the cleanups. The beautification, I am big on that. I have such a passion for the beautification program out here. I've got plans to clean up this city. We do quarterly cleanups right now that CNR and R comes out here, but I would like to see those done monthly. Um, and it just increased awareness with the community, even just with that a lot of individuals don't know that, their contract with CR&R, that if you've got an oversized mattress or a sofa that you want to get rid of, that you could put it out on the curbside and they'll pick it up on trash day, and it's there's no cost. It's already included on what you pay monthly. So that's come up a lot, educating the community that they do have that service. I would like to also see just more communication. The other cities have it where if you, right now, I feel like it's kind of expected that if you want to find out what the city is, what's on the calendar, that you have to go to their website. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Why can't we get a text message on our phone? The technology
Everybody
is there.
has one.
The
Everybody has
technology
one.
is there. So I would like to implement that. The other issue
Yeah,
is
and going on that part is apps, because I know everybody all has apps through different technology, and one simple app, and I told this to the county board of supervisors 10 years ago, we need a Imperial County app. You go to the East Coast, there's apps already for cities and counties already in the East Coast, from starting from New York to Georgia to Florida, because I have colleagues that live over there as well, and they tell me, dude, West Coast is old school. East Coast is new school, because that's what I'm always talking to my East Coast friends, and they constantly send me to their apps, to their city apps, to their county apps. And this county is way behind, and I'm saying it out there, whoever listening from the county, you know who I'm talking about. I've told you guys, from communications directors to communications, we need an app for our people. There's apps for tablets, laptops, and cell phones. Come on, that's all. And now it's on Apple phones too. We have our Apple Watch, I mean, there's apps for that, come on. There's a COVID app right now going out there just for the COVID. They want to trace me on my COVID, you know.
Exactly. Yes,
And
the
it just,
technology is out there. We need a way to communicate with the community. Sometimes there's projects, there's things being done, Daniel, but because the communication part of it is not effective, then how's the community going to know? So definitely push for that technology. We need to take this city and Imperial County into the times.
my friend just said an amen, brother. He sent me an inbox. He's hearing us from El Centro. A colleague of mine from church. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm saying it like it is. I mean, come on. Thanks for the inbox, David. I got that inbox. Yeah, it's true. He knows what we're talking about.
Get it on that list. Definitely.
Yeah, technology is up to the. I mean, we have AT&T as the number one sponsor for cities. They're the ones that want to put the towers up for AT&T for every city. And I've seen those towers go up from the 4G to 5G. And yeah, I just got a text from Ontario. They're having earthquakes over there right now as we speak. So yeah, that's crazy. This earthquake is going crazy.
Yeah, it's quite a distance too. Where's the epicenter of it? Do we know?
Back of your backyard.
Oh my God!
Right,
don't even tell me that. I'm gonna run out the door.
Your backyard.
The Salton Sea. Oh, that's another issue. I don't want to talk about. That's a big one.
I saw that you posted that. That's a big issue. Yeah.
Definitely. But we're getting some attention out here. Look at something we've been trying to do for 2 decades, and we finally, got a response. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that. Individuals actually out there. The problem's just gotten worse. It's gotten worse, and if we don't address it, then I can't even think of how things are going to be here in 10 years or 20 years if we don't.
How long has this issue been going on, Sylvia? Since the 80s, am I right? Since the 80s.
Yes.
The 90s. And nobody's taken action. Not even our politicians that are supposedly our politicians that are in the Congressional Assembly, Senate, and our assemblymen and our senators and our congressional people. Come on. Is it they do it only time on election time, or is it just on their watch? I call it now. It's just because it's on their watch. They're finally taking action. You
Yeah.
know, that's why I see it.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess I'm a little bit more optimistic. It has taken a long time. I'm seeing a little bit more movements and work being down there. I mean, if you drive out there, so maybe the action hasn't taken place as as quick as we want it to. Uh, but sometimes things have to get really bad for to get someone's attention, and I think we have their attention now.
Yeah, my friend, his name's Kevin. He's been going out there as a photographer, photojournalist. He loves taking pictures, and he's using his drone. I shared his drone pictures yesterday. He was on a drone showing the mud over the Sound Sea. He was showing the
Did
mud
you?
or
Yes, the mud pots. Did you see that?
the mud
Yes,
pots. Yeah, he was sharing that last night, and I had to share that because people don't know that, and all stuff that goes on.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
okay, yeah. I just one of the other candidates just sent me a text, got to reschedule, which is fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not. I'm cool with scheduling with you guys. And everybody has a busy schedule. But I had to contact Sylvia because her north end people need to hear Sylvia. Who's Sylvia?
Oh,
Um,
yes, thank you, thank you. Well, what other issues? Well, another big one, Daniel, is the water. Our rates out here with
oh
Golden
yeah, the
State
high
Water.
rates here.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And then we just got notification that they're wanting to increase it over a 3-year period. So um, petitions are being put out there by a lot of different community members, the city itself, the county of supervisors. So hopefully it's enough to stop the rate hike. But even taking it a step back, I mean, that's just adding to the problem we already have. We really need to address that. We can't sweep that under the rug anymore. Um, we need to create a plan, whether to attempt to, do a buyout or auditing. Something needs to be done with that. There's just it's a big problem, and I just feel that
That
it's been swept under the rug too long, and we need to create a plan.
and that's private entity water, am I right? Because I heard that Kelly your board of supervisors was going to get involved as well over the
Mhm.
rates, and it's private entities, not nothing what to do with IID. Am I right?
Yes, private entity. Just Calpat and Island are serviced by that private entity. Um,
Okay, there's nothing with
something
the
something
IID then.
that no IID, no, not at all. But Ryan Kelly, he's very involved. He's very involved in the North End and concern, and not just now. He has been. I mean, I met him years ago, and he is concerned about our issues out here, and Ian is supporting us.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that it hit newsflash as well on my side, and I was surprised it was kind of like a private entity. I'm like, really? On the north end, are they taking advantage of the unfortunate families out there? I mean, because I seen families with the food bank. I see that big old line with the food bank when I was part of Red Cross. We were there in Calipat at the church one time, and I saw a big line, people receiving food. This was like 2, 3 years ago, and I was like, whoa, this is like in shock for me to see, just people
Daniel, we're
receiving
paying
through the food bank.
rates. We're paying rates that LA County is, and down in that area, the bigger cities. Calipan and Nyland are paying the same rates. It's it's outrageous. It's ludicrative on their end on Golden State. I mean, it's a rural area, a very poor rural area, and something needs to be done. It's one of the issues that I would definitely address once I get into city council. If we have to have it on the agenda every week, we need to really address and create a plan that's going to work for our city, for our neighborhood.
Yeah, I was gonna put your oh, I'm going crazy on my side. Yeah, and you're right on that because your town has gone through so much. Your town has gone through so much from the earthquake. Well, even though we're having an earthquake right now, and then the I don't want to say the economic side. That's what I see, the economic side, because I study a lot of economics. I love economics, and there's a lot of economics that needs to be done in that side of town. not just one or two stores. Come on, the population is getting bigger. I'm seeing people move from El Centro to Calapat. My own friends that were here years ago, now they're living up in the north end. I don't know what it is, but they're moving up to north end.
It's
You
cheaper
know,
to live out here. The cost of living, the homes are cheaper, but we do have a shortage of homes right now. There's a lot of individuals. We have the state prison that work out here and would love to buy a home here, but they're not available. There's very few single family homes. So we do need to develop more homes out here. At one of the meetings, a few meetings ago, there is a plan. It's to develop 4 single family homes on the east side, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So it's a start, and the builder is committed that if they sell right away, that he'll build another 4, and hopefully we can see growth in that area too of town. There's another project on the west end behind the school too that's still active, and we'll be able to see more single family homes in that area.
okay, investors. I know I have 2 investors online here. If you are listening from LA, there needs to be inventory houses in Calapat, guys. So reach out to her, reach out to me. We'll set up meetings through Zoom. And this town needs to have booming inventory for housing, because I know what the mortgage industry is about, because I was in the mortgage industry 2008, and I know what's to feel like that. And you guys do need that, because you guys have. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of land in the city of Calapat. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of land inventory in that
Yes, there
area. Am I
is.
right?
Yes, yes, and then and there's a demand for it. People aren't here only because they're not available. So supply and demand. We need to get homes built out here, more single family homes.
And what do you see due to COVID? How did you see the difference from then and now? What have you seen? Switching subjects on COVID, how have you seen it? How do you see it in the town alone?
Oh gosh, I mean, everyone's affected by it. Even the few businesses that we have. We have 22 businesses, not just in town, but surrounding areas. And some have been pretty close to closing down, like shutting their doors. And yeah, COVID has definitely devastated a lot of areas, us included. Um, I spoke with, there's a couple of the businesses, the few that we do have, the restaurant business, that they're struggling right now. They have thought about completely shutting down. I'm hoping the city approved some programs for business owners that provide some grants, and that help them take advantage of that, and keep them going. We need more businesses out here. We don't need them to close down. Did I lose you?
Yeah, it's just the internet's going crazy on my side. I think every
Yes,
got
it
online, all my
froze.
family, we froze with the Wi-Fi, whatever 5G they say it's stronger. I don't think so. It's just everybody's on their tablets, cell phones in my family here, because everybody has a tablet, everybody has I don't know. Everybody has technology in my house. That's what I gotta say. Everybody's on, and I don't know. I keep mine on straight strength on mine. On my side is different, but yeah, I mean, and that needs to happen in Calapat, because I know I have family out there. I have family in Westmoreland. I have family in Calapat, and they always tell me, "Dude, we need this, we need that." Well, I go talk to your politicians. The first thing I always tell them: talk to them. Don't, I mean, I could set up the meeting, but just talk to them. They're the ones you put in the office. There's the people, the community leaders out there. They're out there
Mm,
to help you guys. The community leaders are making a difference. Because I
right.
know what's to make a difference as a community leader before you get elected. Is I've been doing this for 20 plus years, helping our veterans and people's. Almost, I've done this for so many years. Even our homeless population, it just stresses me out that people take it to or point to extreme, that, oh, I gotta listen to CDC. Yeah, this is CDC guidelines, but be healthy. I travel from here to Idaho, and now I'm going to the East Coast now, because my friends in the East Coast are calling me up now. And good friendship I have up in the East Coast. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that there needs to be more. Whoever's looking at this in Calabat, please, you guys need more inventory. The city staff needs to look at this. Honestly, whoever's looking at the city staff at this, please look at this. We are looking at you from El Centro, and people are looking at you from LA, your side. There's investors of LA, and I know the investors of LA. They have done business here in Pearl Valley. There's investors. There's grants. Here we go with the grants again. There's grants to improve your city, private or not private, individuals. And I'm looking forward to teaching you guys because it needs to happen. I just don't like seeing families go where they're going through right now. And I love Calapat. I mean, when I pass it, it's like going to Sealy because I lived in Sealy all my life as a kid, and just like passing Sealy, like you just now heading to Nyland, Calapat, Nyland in the slabs. But yeah, it's just you just like you just pass it, go to get a drink, rest your break, and hit to you, and then you're the town that has the tallest flag, which all
Exactly
veterans all grew up
184 feet.
like. Yeah,
Right.
you guys have that big flag.
Yeah. We have a landmark here. We have something to attract our visitors, especially now that people are going out. We're seeing a lot of traffic out there at the Salvation Mountain now, and they're headed this way over to the flagpole. We're seeing some visitors in that area.
See, and as people are coming out slowly now, everybody's reopening slowly. Am I right? Are you guys reopening slowly in your town?
Yes, yeah. We're starting to see that. The only busy corner there that's open 7/24 is our local Circle K. They're very busy. There's a lot of foot traffic through there. But, we need more than that. We can't just be a pit stop for Circle K.
Yeah. Yeah, we just go there and then we hit to slabs. Then we hit to Nyland.
And I think another thing that really affected Calapat too is when the 86 that goes from Westmoreland to Brawley now, they go when that freeway was done. We don't have the truckers that come through here anymore. That was a major impact on the economy out here too. Losing that.
Oh, when they opened the new freeway.
Exactly. Yeah. That hurt us out here.
I never thought about that one either. I didn't think about that one. Yeah, this earthquake is scaring everybody. I'm getting like texts and inboxes as we speak.
I'm holding on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have aftershocks all day, all night. That's what I gotta say. We're gonna have aftershocks.
Definitely.
Yeah, but what do you want to tell the community out there? Why you want them to vote for you? What do you want to tell the community out there?
Daniel, I went back and forth on this for a while before fully committed, and I'm already doing some of the work just as far as the civic responsibility with the cleanups and census. I've been involved with the census for 30 years now. Every 10 years, actively involved with their making phone calls with the census to have people complete the census. I'm a big advocate for that. And then I thought that was my civic responsibility. Like, I have to run. If I want to see a difference in the community and I want to be a voice and represent my Calipatrians, I have to run and be a voice for them. And I would like to, in 4 years, look back and see the changes that we've made together. And one of the other things, though, I do want to say is one of the things that I really am pushing to do is to create a committee of our community members to advise the council. The council doesn't have all the answers. We can work on this together. They just need input from the community and an advisory committee to the council. I would like to see that. It's like two heads think better than one. That concept. There's so many great ideas and just out there as I'm canvassing and campaigning individuals that I've talked to with different needs, and it would be nice to see a committee form for that. But I believe, I know I can make a difference. I've got strong work ethics. My background, I've created solutions my entire life. That's just my background's on, since as far back as I can remember. And I know that if you vote for me, Sylvia Chavez, November 3rd, vote for me. You regret it. You will see a difference in this community. I'm a proud Calipatrian. I have the same concerns. I'm a parent. I am a businesswoman, and I have the same concerns, and I want to be part of the solution.
Do you want to say anything in Spanish, by the way, too? Because I'm pretty sure there's some Spanish followers. Si quieres decir algo en español también, es okay with me.
Claro que sí, claro que sí. Les pido que por favor, el 3 de noviembre, que por favor me den el apoyo, que pueda estar en el concilio de Calipatria. Necesitamos cambios aquí en la comunidad de Calipatria. Son muchas cosas que necesitamos. Necesitamos que Calipatria crezca, que no se haga más chico. Necesitamos más tiendas, necesitamos una oficina, una farmacia, una clínica. Necesitamos programas para nuestros hijos. Necesitamos programas para la gente mayor. Son muchas cosas que Calipatria necesita. Y si es posible, hay maneras de buscar esas soluciones. Y yo quiero ser parte de esa solución. Por favor, voten por Sylvia Chavez el 3 de noviembre. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you. I'm at that hour now, and we're at that hour. But yeah, I just want to thank you for your time. And I mean, anything last word you want to tell Calipat that if they see this replay, because this is a replay. And by the way, Calipat, share this. I told you guys in Calipat, you guys are good at sharing these videos. I love Calipat. You guys shared my last videos, went viral. Hopefully this video goes viral as well, because Calipat is listening. They're on social media right now. They got nothing else to do right now. Those that got off work, I understand.
Be ready to run out the door because of the earthquake.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You had to go out the door, just earthquake, just in case. But be safe. But yeah, I know everybody's on social media, want to know what's the next earthquake, what's the next number. That's what I see. What's the next 6.0?
Definitely.
7.0. We don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, be safe. And what do you want to tell the people in general, just in general, that know you out there,
In general, Calipat's a small community, and people know and see what I'm doing out there. And I will continue with the same energy, the same passion, what I'm doing already in City Hall. I will do the same. I will be a voice for us and represent us.
And here's her Facebook page. Check her out, like her page. Those that live in that area, don't forget to reach out to her. She's out there. And yeah, and don't forget to...
You'll see me out there. I'm still out there knocking on doors and talking to people. So the individuals that I haven't spoke to, I will get out there, and it'll be a pleasure to talk to you and hear your concerns.
And don't forget to vote, and register to vote.
Vote, register to vote.
Yeah.
It's on my website.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go to your website. Yeah, click on her website. It's on her link. So look at her link, check her out, like her page, share her page, share this while you're at it. And that's it. Thank you for the time. We'll talk later.
Thank you,
and
Daniel.
I get to do some more
really
things.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been an honor. It's been fun.
Oh yeah, I could say it's that easy. We could talk about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees up in Salton Sea, all day. We could talk about Salton Sea all day. We could talk about Calipat all day if we want.
Definitely.
Definitely. What's going on in your side of town, But yeah, well, that's for another topic. But right now, it's just we're there with Sylvia Chavez, and I'm glad to honored to have her on my show. And those that want to be on my show, inbox me. I don't care if it's a business. I don't care if it's
Awesome.
you're not running for office. Reach out to me. Yeah, it's a business. We could talk business all day about your business because me and Sylvia, I just did my research on her again. Me and her do the same business, but a different platform. I just
That's
noticed
right.
that we do
Yes.
credit repair. So you want to reach out to her? She does credit repair. I do credit repair. So that's the number one thing I do. But I love it. But yeah, that's a topic for another business. But that's a big topic for due to COVID-19. And that's it. I mean, reach out, and we're here to talk to you guys. And don't be a stranger. Like I tell my friends, hashtag don't be a stranger. And I like your hashtag, by the way. It's not on your. It's on your site on that I put on there. What was it?
Chavez for
Hashtag.
Change. Chavez for Change 2020.
There it is. Yeah,
Chavez
there
for
it is.
Change 2020.
That's her
Thank you.
hashtag.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you. We'll talk later. And peace out. And in the broadcast, here we go.
Thank you,
And